I'll tell you something about Markelle Fultz. He's going to play tonight. It was his decision. It's been fluid, and, you know, I get goosebumps telling you all that. I'm so proud of him, and, you know, the people around him have done great things, and I give that kid credit. He will be with us tonight. There needs to be an intelligent, realistic plan for him, and we're all going to learn and see where this plays out. But it's just fantastic news.
So there you have it. Markelle Fultz is returning for the Philadelphia 76ers. He's missed a total of 68 games in his rookie season. Of course, he was the top pick in the draft last June. Welcome to the Auto Trader pregame show. We've got you covered tonight with the coach and the GM, Sam Mitchell, David Griffin, right here on this Fast Break Monday. It's perfect to have you guys because we can cover this from all perspectives. Look, we have two exciting games this evening to get you ready for. So much to get into, but Markelle Fultz, again, the top pick in the draft, coming back. And the top question, we'll start with you, Griff. Is this a good decision on Philly's part?
I don't know if it's a good decision, but it's a surprising decision. When you're playing as well as Philadelphia is, and you're playing for the stakes that they're playing for, I mean, you're looking at an Eastern Conference that on some levels appears wide open right now. And as well as that team has been playing, as many different lineups, they have 6 different lineups that are playing at an incredibly high level. To rock the boat and change your rotations in any way to develop a young kid is somewhat surprising. And on the flip side of that, if you've got the first pick in the draft and you've got a guy that you traded to get, you obviously want him to get his feet wet a little bit. But there's some risk associated with bringing him back now.
I agree, Dave. I mean, it's risky from the standpoint, like you said, this team is cohesive. They have a style in which they play. Everybody knows their role. They know when they're going to play, how they're going to play. They know when they're going to get the shots. They know what to expect from Joel Embiid. They know what's going to expect from Simmons. So everybody has a niche. But you said it. This is the #1 pick of the draft. So there's a reason, and Brett Brown said it. He brings some things to the table that the players on their current roster can't do. And one of the things Philadelphia they need a guy that can break down players and create a shot for themselves or their teammates. The more guys you can have on your roster during the playoffs that can do that, the better chance you have, because we all know come playoff basketball, it has a tendency to bog down. And then that's why you want star caliber players, because they can go out and get you a bucket. So I agree it's risky from that standpoint, but if he can do something and bring something to the table that Philadelphia just don't have right now, I understand why they're doing it. And I know Brian Colangelo, he can't wait to see this kid out there, because for him, seeing Embiid, Simmons, and Fultz out there together, that's been their dream. So they're going to put him out there tonight. Hopefully it goes well.
The stat to back up what you're saying, Sam, as far as the Philadelphia 76ers, as good as they are right now, they're 28th in the NBA in points per game on drives, 26th in pull-ups, and their bench 25th in the NBA in scoring. So Markelle, again, coming off the bench, that should be a bonus. But team chemistry is something that they should be concerned about, right? I mean, like you said, they have a lot of lineups that are performing at the top of the league. Yeah,
and for me, it's not even a chemistry issue. I think the guys they have that may get impacted by this are going to be very accepting of it. You know, they acquired Bellinelli and Ilyasova at the buyout period. They're veterans that know how to play. They know how to win. They make open shots. So somebody else that can play, make, and create, that's not a bad thing. And I think your point about needing somebody that can create to score is really important, because with Embiid, Ben Simmons, Saric, McConnell, they've got a preponderance of playmaking and facilitation, but they don't have somebody that can just go get a shot.
Yeah.
So if you can get him up to speed and time, it's great. The risk you run, and it's not a chemistry issue as much as it is, so many things are working right now. They might go backwards a little bit before they go forward.
Yeah, because everybody know where they're getting their shots from. Everybody know right now, I'm sitting on the bench, I know when I'm going to play. So it's a different mindset. Now all of a sudden you bring folks to the table. Guys are sitting there wondering, okay, am I going to play? And that's where the coach really has to do his job. Brett's got to come in, and before the game or even in shoot-around, once the decision was made that folks were going to play, you sit the players down that he's going to impact. Because if he's playing tonight, obviously somebody who's been playing is not either going to play or play as much. So you sit down with your team and you tell them, this is what's going to happen tonight. This is when Markelle's going to play. This is how we're going to use him. And then you sit down with him as an individual and you go over his role and the things that you want him to do. And to your point, people forget this. I love the brand of basketball. It's all about space and sharing the basketball. But come playoff time, if you're going to need guys who can break their guy down and create a shot for themselves and teammates. And if they don't have that going into the playoffs, they're sitting there saying, look, we got the number 1 pick of the draft that's very talented, that can do that very thing that we need. Let's figure out with 8, 9, 10 games to go how we can incorporate him in this team.
A former colleague of yours, now the GM for the Philadelphia 76ers, the guy who drafted Markelle Fultz, Brian Colangelo, he actually spoke on Markelle's return.
You know, when it was finally determined, you know, what the cause of the, muscle dysfunction was. And, you know, we went through the process of, you know, figuring out the right steps to overcome that. He, you know, has gotten himself in a position where he's comfortable. And you probably saw a little bit more of a, you know, expedited process for him. He was doing more and more out on the court, feeling more and more comfortable, able to do more things. There was obviously a lot of scrutiny with respect to, you know, how his, you know, shot and physical abilities were developing over the course of the last 5 months. But, you know, to see him able to do what he's doing in practice situations now and also out on the court in plain sight to, you know, the rest of the world, it's exciting to see. You know, that's the talent level that we drafted at number 1. And I want to, you know, say that, you know, this game tonight is only one game in a very long career that we're excited about, you know, for Markelle to, you know, continue.